In this lecture, we're going to learn about relations, domain, and range. All right, and so we're going to learn a couple definitions here. Let's start off with what a relation is. So a relation is this. It's a set of ordered pairs. And those ordered pairs we're going to call x and y. And this is how we label it, x, comma, y, and then those in parentheses. So that represents a point or a data point. So for example, let's say this is example 1A. And in example 1A, all I want to do is write a relation. All right, and this is pretty straightforward. It's just learning what they look like is the hard part here. So it starts with, it starts with a squiggly bracket, just like that. And then a relation is just several ordered pairs put together. So I can just pick two numbers, let's say 1, comma 2. So this is an ordered pair, and then I'm going to insert another ordered pair, and then multiple ordered pairs are called a relation. This next one can be 3, comma 4, and they can be any numbers. They don't have to necessarily just be integers. They could be the square root of 7, comma 8. And in fact, they don't even have to be numbers. They could be names or weight, or they can be anything. So let's say my name, my last name, Fort, and High. And then we close it with a squiggly bracket. So this represents my relation. All right. Now we can break down each of these. We can break down the parts of the ordered pairs into what's called domain and range. So another definition here. Domain. Domain is simply, it's the set of all x values here. So the set of all x values in the ordered pair. The set of all x values in the ordered pairs. So what I'm looking at here is this first value, 1, and then the first value in this ordered pair, 3, and then this first value, square root of 7, and then this value, Fort, my last name. So the domain are the x values, and all those represent are the first value in each ordered pair. And sometimes the x values or the domain, you'll hear it called input. So basically, if you have a function and you input 1, then this number will be called the output, and we'll get to that here in a second, what its name is. So input and output. So example 1b. Find the domain of example 1a. Find domain of example 1a. All right, and again, this is relatively simple. It's just knowing how to format it, how to actually write it out. So there are several ways you can write it. This is easiest here. Domain, and open another squiggly bracket. And the squiggly brackets don't have to be perfect like this every time, as long as it's something along those lines. Don't let that throw you off. And then here, all we simply do is just list all the x values. That's what the domain means. Find all the x values, find all the inputs. So I just take the first value in each ordered pair, 1, 3, square root of 7, and 4. So 1, 3, square root of 7, and 4. And that's my answer. I have listed all the x values that are in this domain. Now we have to deal with the other part of the ordered pairs, which is the y values. So the y values are called the range. And it's basically a copy and paste from here, except it's the y values. So the set of all y values in the ordered pairs. And so the x values are called inputs, the y values are called outputs. All right. And then to find the range of example 1a, I've ran out of room here, so I'm just going to write it at the top up here. This is example 1c. Find the range of example 1a. And so we just write range and open that squiggly bracket. It's going to be very similar to this, except now we're using the output or the y's of each ordered pair. So 2, 4, 8, and pi. And that would be how you extract the domain and range out of a relation such as this. All right, so that's pretty much it for domain and range, and we'll get going on the next section here soon.